Hello everybody, my name is Jennifer Ford and I'm a Senior Case Manager within the Marine Licensing team at the Marine Management Organisation. I'm also the Stakeholder Liaison Lead for the Coastal Development sector, and I'm going to talk today about marine licensing for nature-based solution schemes. Within this presentation, I'm going to discuss who the MMO are, explain which activities may need a license, guide you through the marine licensing process, and touch upon the Coastal Concord Act. The MMO was created in 2009 by the Marine and Coastal Access Act, driven by the government's aim for clean, healthy, safe, productive, and biologically diverse oceans and seas. MMO's purpose is to protect and enhance our precious marine environment and support UK economic growth by enabling sustainable marine activities and development. We are a team of around 300 people. Our headquarters are in Newcastle, and we have a local presence all around the English coastline. Our vision is for a prosperous future for our seas, coasts, and communities. And our mission is, as England's marine manager, to protect and develop our seas, coasts, and communities for the benefit of future generations to come. The MMO's jurisdiction covers mainly English waters and extends from any area which is submerged at mean high water spring tide up to the exclusive economic zone and the UK sector of the continental shelf. This can mean that some activities require licenses that appear to be inshore, as they're on tidal rivers. I'm now going to discuss which activities might need a marine license. Licensable marine activities are listed in Section 66 of the Marine and Coastal Access Act. They can be consolidated into 6 main categories, and it is likely that nature-based solution schemes may involve several of these activities. These include a deposit of any substance or object. This is a deposit into the sea or on or under the seabed. For example, beach recharge would be licensable as aggregate is being deposited onto the beach. Removal of any substance or object. This is a removal from the seabed, made using a vehicle, vessel, aircraft, marine structure, or floating container. Therefore, if you are removing material to flood an area, that would be licensable. Construction, alteration, or improvement of works. Many activities could fall into this category that are part of a project for nature-based solution schemes. Dredging. If a beach recharge is taking place, there must be a license for dredging of material. Or if a channel is needed to be deepened, for example, this could also be licensable. Incineration of any vessel or object and scuttling of any vessel or container are also licensable activities, although I imagine that these would not be involved in the projects regarding nature-based solutions. It is also worth noting that some activities may be exempt from needing a marine license. The MMO's exemption page sets out the exemptions quite clearly. Should you wish to carry out an activity which you consider may be licensable, your first port of call should be the MMO's Interactive Assistance tool. This is a really useful tool which can be used to find out whether your activity falls within the MMO's jurisdiction, if an exemption applies, or if your activity is suitable for self-service licensing. The tool will then direct you to the appropriate service for your activity. If the tool directs you to make a full license application, these are made via the Marine Case Management System, which is the MMO's online portal. Once registered, you're able to make an application and manage current application through the portal. The marine licensing team follow a blueprint when making a determination. The blueprint has been set up to show applicants and stakeholders the timeline of an application from submission through to issuing decision documents. Once a case has been allocated to a team, we will begin the technical assessment process. You may be contacted at this stage for further information. Consultation then takes place, which lasts 6 weeks for an EIA case and 4 weeks for a non-EIA case. If consultees raise that there is insufficient evidence, another consultation may need to take place. All consultee responses are then reviewed and a decision is drafted. If a marine license is to be issued, a draft will be sent to the applicant for review and the application is then completed. Whilst we aim to determine 90% of our applications within 13 weeks, this does not include on hold time, and some complex cases might take longer. When making a determination on an application, the MMO must have regard to the need to protect the environment and human health and to prevent interference with legitimate uses of the sea. I'm going to discuss some of the assessments that the MMO may need to undertake and factors that the MMO may need to consider when making a determination specifically on a nature-based solution scheme. The more information that is provided in an application, the better. There is a possibility that the project could fall into Schedule A2 of the Marine Works Regulations and require an EIA. Early engagement with the MMO and local planning authority is really important on these projects, and you'll need to submit an EIA screening request. If the project has the potential to affect a designated site, such as an SPA or an SAC, the MMO must complete a habitats regulations assessment as the competent authority. We must also consider impacts on marine conservation zones and SSSIs. Therefore, please consider these in your application and provide us with all of the relevant information. When making an application, it is important that you submit a Water Framework Directive assessment. We're unlikely to be able to continue processing the application until one of these has been submitted. When making a determination, the MMO must have regard to the Waste Framework Directive, particularly if there's dredging activities involved in the project. Therefore, please consider this in your application. The MMO must also ensure that activities are in accordance with the marine plan that is in place. So also please consider this. Depending on the activities, sediment sampling may be required, particularly for any dredging or beach recharge. A sample plan request can be made on MCMS. The MMO will also be assessing the impact of the activities on many other activities and features, such as navigation, recreation, fisheries, visual impact, heritage features, and many more. Therefore, the more information that you can provide us about the project and any potential impacts, the smoother the application process will be. As I said previously, if we need more information, then we'll have to put the case on hold while we request this. Leading on from this, it is really important that an early engagement takes place with the MMO, particularly if the project is complex or novel. If there is a chance that it is an EIA project, then please submit an EIA screening request. If it is screened in, then the scoping and draft ES review are voluntary, but they can be very helpful. If the project is not an EIA project, then we do have an inquiry option that we can provide you with advice about your application, and we can also meet with you to discuss the project further. As discussed, sample plans may also be necessary for some applications. I'm going to finish this presentation by briefly discussing the Coastal Concord app. This was launched in 2013 and applies to the coastal development projects that span the intertidal area. Therefore, it's very relevant to these types of projects. The aim is to reduce the regulatory burden. It does not remove statutory duty, but it aims to streamline the decision-making process. Regulators should agree a single lead authority for coordinating EIA and HRA. However, we can only do this if all parties are made aware of the application. So again, early pre-application engagement is really important. Thank you for listening. I'd like to thank the Environment Agency for giving us the opportunity to present at this event. If you've got any questions at all, please feel free to get in touch. Thank you.